we can do now. First question I am taking. I will draw the question here so that we can discuss here, and you can scribble on my screen. So you see the diagram is given like this. This is your A, and this is your B, and this is your C, and you have one more like this, R, and this P, and this Q, and then you have like this. This is your intersection S, and this is the intersection P, and here we have angle X, and here we have angle 40 degree, and then this intersection is T. So our job is, they have given the diagram is not to scale. Not to scale means if it looks like 90, it is not 90. It is not important that it is 90. Then then we will find out in the given figure, not to scale, your AB section is parallel to QP section is parallel to SD section, and also your QR is parallel to DP. Now you see we have to find out X value. So AB, where is your AB? Your AB is here. This is parallel to QP, this is parallel to QP, that is parallel to SD. So this is our S value, and here I left D, this is our D value. So this is parallel to this. So now we have to find out, and also given as QR is parallel to DP. Now you understand, I am drawing the line QP here. Let me use blue color. I am drawing the line QP here, and I am drawing the line SD here. Okay, these two are parallel, QP and SD, they are parallel, so I took QP. So this one is my Q, this one is my P, and you can see this is my S, this is my D. Now we can draw another two lines, QR and DP. So QR I can draw like this, and DP I can draw like this. So now just extend the lines so that we can show something. Okay, you remember, whenever two parallel lines are there and one transversal line is there, this angle same, this angle same, this angle same. In same way, if this angle is 40, so this is going to be 40. How can I say that? Because I have one parallel line, another parallel line, then one parallel line, another parallel line, like this. So if this angle is 40, so this will be 40, because this will be 40. It is like, imagine like this, one parallel line, another parallel line. If you cut like this angle will be equal to this angle. Now draw another parallel line. So this line is like transversal line for these two. So this angle and this angle will be same. Correct? Okay. So in this way, did you understand that angle will be 40 degree? No, sorry. This angle is 40 degree. So this, how will you find out? Can you try? Very good. So that will be your answer, 180 minus 40, because this is 40 degree and this is your 180 degree. Done. Okay, so for that they have explanation. Now we can go ahead and we will understand what is the idea of equal intercept. So I am changing the page. There is a topic called equal intercept. What is this equal intercept? So suppose three parallel lines are there. Suppose this is L1, L2 and L3. Of course we should put the arrow. We got three parallel lines. Now these parallel lines make equal intercept on transversal. So you get one transversal line. So suppose this is my transversal line, so give the name as T, and this is my another transversal line and give the name as S. So we have lot of intersections here. So this intersection I am saying S, A, then B, then C, then P, then Q, then R. These are my intersections. So in the given figure, L1, L2, L3 are parallel lines, and they make intercepts AB, BC. You can see AB and you can see BC, and these two intercepts are coming because of transversal line T. In same way, L1, L2, L3, they are parallel, and this S line is being intercept, so we are getting point here, I mean portions here. So idea is, consider another parallel line, that is L4. So this is L3. Consider one extra parallel line. So I am drawing parallel line like this. This is L4 line. So there is something called equal intercept property. That's why the topic name is equal intercept. What does it mean? Equal intercept property says whatever is your AB and whatever is your BC, whatever is your CD, if these three are same, then this and this, they will be same. They will also make equal intercept on other transversal, right? Okay, so this is the theorem. Yeah, this intercept this and the same, so they will be same. They will also be same. So the complete theory is like it is like this, like three parallel lines make equal intercept on one so this is your first transversal. On this transversal, if these two are same and they make equal intercept on other transversal as well, like this transversal and this transversal, I mean sorry, transversal is only one, S. So this intercept and this intercept. Now in this given diagram, L1, L2, L3 are parallel, and they are making AB, this portion is equal to BC for this T transversal, and PQ and QR, they are also equal for S transversal. If AB, if you are sure that your AB is equal to BC, then definitely your PQ will be equal to QR. That is idea. Clear? So that's all. Now we will use a property, and based on that property we will construct something. So now I have a property here that is called as proportional intercept property. Proportional intercept property. What is this property? The intercepts made by three or more parallel lines on any two transversals are proportional. What does it mean? If you have line L1, if you have line L2, put both sides. If you have line L3, now I am using one transversal as T, another transversal as S. They are also lines. Okay, then proportional in the sense to see intercepts made by these lines will be proportional. What does it mean? This portion will be proportional to this portion, and this portion will be proportional to this portion. So if I will give name A, B, C, P, Q, R, then this total length AB is, see, this sign is called proportional sign, okay, proportional to PQ, and this BC is proportional to QR. Actually we have two things, one is called proportional and one is called inversely proportional. That I will teach you now itself. if x is proportional to y, then in English you will read this as x is directly proportional to y. So if y will increase, x will increase. In same way, if you will write x proportional to 1 by y, so you will read as x is inversely proportional to y. Because it is 1 by y, so you will read as inversely proportional to y. So in this case, if y will increase, x will decrease. Okay, so yeah, so if it is written as 1 by y, so you will say that okay, if y will increase, then this x will decrease. And how will you read this? X is inversely proportional to y, and this one x is directly proportional to y. Okay, here direct and here inverse. So right now whatever you are seeing, this PQ and this AB, they are directly proportional. BC and QR, they are also directly proportional. So if you will increase the PQ, your AB will increase, QR increase, BC increase. So left side take the ratio AB by BC and put is equal to right side also you take the ratio PQ by QR. So we understood this. Okay, now our job is to understand any example, like how to use this part. So let's understand one example. Do you have this book with you? What I sent you last day, the PDF. Okay, no problem. I was just simply asking. I will draw the question here. Okay. Question is, divide line segment AB is equal to 10 centimeter into 6 equal parts. So for that we will go to step 1. What is step 1? Draw the line AB is equal to 10 centimeter. First you understand what is the question. Question is, any line segment is given that is 10 centimeter, and we have to divide this line segment in 6 equal parts. So first what will we do? You will draw 10 centimeter. So I will take you here. Just wait. I will share my screen. I think I cannot share my screen because the screen is on recording. I will simply take the whiteboard. Okay, fine. So I am drawing the length AB, some rough length AB, and I am writing this is A, this is B. Now draw any random ray. Suppose I am drawing a random ray and I am saying this ray is AL, any random length. I don't know how long it is. I am only sure about the length AB. So in step 1 you will draw AB as 10 centimeter. Then in step 2 you will draw ray, okay, ray AL, but this ray AL should not coincide with AB. I mean, you should not draw like this. You should not draw like this. So I am some other student can draw AL this side also, no problem. Now you see, make 6 equal line segments AC on the ray AL. Yes, ask. Okay, I want to divide this AB in equal segments. I want to divide AB in 6 equal segments. So for that we are learning a technique. That technique works as, because we want to verify that theorem just now what we have done. So to understand that, we are drawing in this way. Go through, first you draw AL, and after drawing AL, you divide AL itself into 6 segments. It means what? AL done. Now mark 6 equal line segments. So you start marking like this. From here, you have this part, right? We use, so put pen here and make equal distance. Put your needle here and just cut 1 mark. Then again this portion you shift here and you put 1 extra mark, and then like this, and then like this, and then like this. 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. We got 6 segments. Use compass for this. I mean, if you use compass, it will come automatically. Okay, yes, okay. It should be like needle and all, everything should be perfect, then only you'll be getting perfect result, otherwise you'll be getting error. Okay, now what to do? You give the names. Give names like A, B, sorry, B is already there, so A, C, D, E, F, G, H. Then you join HB. You join HB like this. Joined HB. Draw a line segment parallel to HB, which should pass through like this, 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 this. So now, because they are equal, so they will be equal. This is the idea. Very good. This is the idea. Just now, because that is a theory. With theory is like, line is like this, parallel lines are like this. If this and this, they are same, so they are going to be same. So same way, this portion, they are all same. That's why this, everything will be same. So now we have another question. In that question, suppose question is, divide a line segment AB of length 8 centimeter in the ratio 3:2 internally. What does it mean? First, understand the question properly. We have to divide a line segment. So first of all, you should have a line segment. So the name of line segment is AB and the length is 8 centimeter. So you just draw like this, length AB. Let me check recording is on or not. Yes, recording is on. Okay. After that, actually, meanwhile I'm having my tea. That's why I'm like breaking the sentence. Okay, actually from morning continuously I'm taking classes. So I thought, okay, let's have some tea. So just before your class, I was in kitchen. I made my tea. Tea is very, very tasty. And you know, I miss Akka food, man. The paneer. Oh, that was amazing. I will visit, man. I will visit. Now, in same way, you do one thing. Now we can draw same way. Draw any random line that you say AL. This is ray. Now, same thing you do. We have to divide into 3:2 ratio, right? So your step 1 is draw the line AB. Done. The length should be 8 centimeter. Done. Then you draw any line segment. any ray. That is step 2. Done. After that, take care that it should not coincide with AB. I mean, you can draw here, but you cannot draw over AB exactly. Then you go for step 3. In step 3, you check out what is given. 3:2 is given, right? So this 3 you add with this 2, it will be 5. Now take your compass and go for 5 equal segments. Like needle you keep here, and pencil you keep here and cut. Then needle you keep here, and pencil you keep here and cut. And don't change the distances. Then needle keep here, pencil keep here, cut. Needle here, pencil here, cut. So in same way 5 things you get. You got 5. Now you understand. Give the names. A, B is already here. You put like this: C, D, E, F, G. Okay. So end points you connect. Already this part is connected, and connect this part. After that, because we have to divide 3:2, so this and this and this, these together will give you 3 length. So parallel to this, draw this 3. So automatically this length and this length, they will come in the ratio of 3:2. Are you clear with this now? See, don't think in this way. This is not 3 centimeter. This is not 2 centimeter. No, don't be confused. We don't know what is the length of this, because if you think this is 3 meter, it is a ratio. It is not 3 centimeter and 2 centimeter. It is not 3 centimeter and 2 centimeter. It is the ratio. Imagine if you are thinking that it is centimeter, so 3 centimeter and 2 centimeter, if you will add, it will only come 5 centimeter. No, it is not 5 centimeter. It is total is 8 centimeter. 3:2 ratio means 1.5 ratio, correct? 3/2 means how much? 1.5, 1.5, right? If you want to find out the original length of this, how will you find out the original length of this? It is very simple. Suppose, okay, now I'll give you some extra question here. Change the page. Now that question done, like construction done. Now my intention is, if this total length is 8 centimeter, and from here it is like 3:2 ratio, I want to find out this length properly. How can I find out that length? I can find out that length as, suppose this is 3x and this is 2x. So 3x plus 2x is giving you total length 8. So 5x is equal to 8. So x is equal to 8/5. So you got x value. This x value you substitute here and here. It means what? 3 into 8/5 and 2 into 8/5. So 3 into 8/5 means 24. If you multiply this 8 and 3, you get 24/5. And then you can solve this. If you solve this, how much will it be? 24/5. 5 4 ja 20. 4 will come here. Take decimal point. 0 will come here 8 times. So this is 4.8 centimeter. So the remaining is how much? 3.6 centimeter, because total has to be, sorry, not 6, 2. Oh, sorry, not 4 point, my mistake. It is 3.2. 3.2. Done. Did you understand how to find out? Now you can cross check. You can cross check your answer is correct or not. If you add this line and this line, it should give you how much? 8 centimeter. Yes. Clear? So if you add this 4.8 and plus 3.2, are you getting it? So this 8 and this 2 will give you 10. So 0 here, plus 1 is extra. So 4 and 3 and 1, 8. Yes, it's correct. Now we can go for a fresh topic in geometry. That fresh topic is known as triangle. Very important topic. We have to develop all the ideas about triangle, which will help you to grow properly. Foundation is very important. And we will also solve NTSC and Olympiad questions here. Like we will see, actually you understand my logic. In IIT exam, this exam happens after 11th and 12th, when you will finish your 12th. Actually, if you are in 12th, that time also you can appear for IIT. That will be like appearing. And if you are 12th pass, that time also you can appear for IIT. So all the question papers for IIT are available, that is based on class 11th and 12th subjects, like that level of physics, chemistry, math. So IIT questions we don't have at 8th level, 8th standard, but we have other important exams like NTSC, Olympiad, KVPY. So those problems also we will take and we will solve, so that you will understand the level of the question what they are asking in those exams. Okay, now see, we are taking a fresh topic, triangle. Now in triangle, you understand what is triangle? Triangle, it is like a kind of polygon. We have polygon. Polygon means poly, you see, POLYGON, polygon. Okay, poly means multi, so many. Okay, so many sides. So but when polygon, this poly you will replace with trigon. So trigon, we don't say trigon. Tri means 3 sides, but we call them as triangle. So in triangle, the type of triangles we will go first. So first is a scalene triangle, SCALENE, scalene triangle. Sometimes we pronounce it scalene triangle. So it depends on teacher to teacher, area to area in India, wherever you are doing study, scalene triangle. So what is scalene triangle? In scalene triangle, any two side will not be same. Any two side will not be same. You can say all sides are different. Simply, all sides are different. It's like, if this is 3, this should be 4, but this should neither be 3 nor 4. I mean something else. All the 3 sides should be different. Okay. Now there is something called, one more thing. If all the sides are equal, are not same, then all the angles will also not be same. If the sides are not same, when any side is not same, you will say scalene triangle. Okay, suppose I am giving you a right angle triangle in which this angle is 90 degree, this side is 3, this side is 4. Then by applying Pythagoras, 3 square plus 4 square, you will be achieving here 5. So again, this is the example of scalene triangle, because scalene triangle is having idea that any side should not be same. So right angle triangle is the example of a scalene triangle, but not all the right angle triangle. If I will give you one like this, like 3 is here, 3 is here, then this will be 3 root 2. Okay, so in this case these two are same. So this is not the example of a scalene triangle. Are you understanding? Very good. So this is scalene triangle. You see this word here, scale, right? This is the spelling of scale. So scale wise they are not matching. I mean they are not same. They are different. So then we have another type of triangle. What is the important part to take care? Neither side nor angle. Okay, sides are also not same, angles are also not same. Then we go for isosceles triangle. ISOCELES, isosceles triangle. Some people pronunciate this as isocels, like different pronunciations they have. Okay, so if you want to go for the exact pronunciation, it's isosceles, or you can also type in Google, and there will be a mic button and you can press that lady will tell you the right pronunciation. And again, pronunciation differs from country to country. In UK English it is different pronunciation, British English different pronunciation, so slang will change. Yeah. So okay, what is isosceles triangle? You see, whenever the word iso is coming in your mind or in your paper somewhere, iso means something is similar, something is equal, something is same, then only we use iso. When I will teach you chemistry, then it will come like isoneutronic, isobar, isotopes. These things will come in chemistry. It means what? In isotope, something is common, something is same, something is equal, something is, so whenever something is same, we use iso word. So this iso means same, but let's understand, iso means two things has to be same in the triangle. So you can see, if I will draw a triangle like this, and I will say that this side and this side is same, so two sides should be same. So in this, any two sides are same. So if any two sides are same, then you have three angles also. One angle is here, one angle is here, and one angle is here. So now these two angles will be same. Because see, this side is not same, right? So if you will stretch this side, make little bigger, so you can see this angle will increase, right? This angle will increase. Are you getting? Yeah, because this side will go like this, so this angle will increase. So which side is not same? Opposite to that angle will not be same. I mean the green line what I have done here, this angle will not be same with anyone. These two angles will be same to each other. I will repeat again. If this is your isosceles triangle, in that I will mark this and this, they are same sides. So one angle here and one angle here, they will also be same. So based on this, you can have one question. If I will say that this side is 5, this side is 5, and this side is unknown, this side, this is 30 degree, then find out this angle x degree. Draw this diagram in your notebook. Yeah, draw. Very good. Now see, can you help me to solve this question? Try. Yes, you mean if I will give the name as A, B, C, then this A and this B and this C, angle B and angle C will be same because this and this, they are same. So 5 and 5, they are same. So very good. Very good explanation. This is 30, this is 30, and if you will add this also, the total is going to be like you explained, x plus 30 plus 30 degree, they will give you 180 degree. So these two became 60, so x became 180 degree minus 60 degree, so it is now 120 degree. So this became 120 degree. Okay, then we have a third type of triangle, that is known as equilateral. EQUILATERAL, equilateral triangle. What is this triangle? Yes, because you can see the name itself is coming as equal, so all the sides are equal. So equilateral triangle you can say as regular triangle. Whenever you use regular word, it means all the sides are same. So there is something called regular polygon. regular polygon. Regular polygon means whatever whatever sides you have, 4 or 5, or suppose this is the polygon, but sides are not same, so you cannot say this as regular polygon. But if you will say as this, all the sides are same, then you will say regular polygon. Okay, so equilateral triangle, all the sides are same, so because of that all the angles will be same. And if all the angles are same, then your 180, the total sum is 180, right? Yes. So 180 has to distribute in all the 3. So divide by 3, everything will be 60, 60, 60. So 60, 60, 60, if you will add, you must get 180. So yes, it's correct. So in case of equilateral triangle, all the internal angles are 60 degree. Then we go for, there is something called acute angled triangle. Acute angled triangle. You see, angled, acute angled, it means what? In the triangle, any angle will not be, every angle should be less than 90 degree. Every angle should be less than 90 degree. So imagine you have a right angle triangle. So this is, of course, it looks like it is less than 90 degree. This also looks like, of course, it is less than 90 degree. But this is exactly 90 degree. So you do one thing. This side you compress little bit, so that this remaining angle will be less than 90 degree. At the same time, do not compress in such a way that this angle should increase more than 90. No. Or this angle should be 90. No. You imagine a triangle where all the angles should be less than 90 degree. All the angles, like this angle should also be less than 90, this angle should also be less than 90, this angle should also be less than 90. At the same time, if you add them, they should get 180 degree. Clear? This 180 degree concept is valid for all types of triangle. Whatever triangle we are doing, if you add their internal angles, you should get 180 degree. It is not limited for a particular triangle. No, there is no limitation. You can have any type of triangle. Then we go for right angle triangle. Right angle triangle is very easy. Just now we have taken the example. Right angle triangle is having only one condition. Condition is, out of these 3, any one angle should be 90 degree. And of course, 2 angle can never be 90 degree. If 2 angles will be 90 degree, then there is no construction of triangle, because the total angle in the triangle is has to be 180 only. Then if 2 is 90, then what about the third one? Third one cannot be 0. So you can never construct a triangle in which two angles are 90-90. So right angle triangle is a triangle in which one angle has to be 90 degree. Okay. Now see, we will go for obtuse angled triangle. What does it mean? Again, very simple, because the word is coming obtuse. But not all. One angle. Because see, if 2 angles are more than 90, then if you add them, only 2 will be more than 180, correct? Only one can be more than C. Just imagine this angle is 120 degree, and this angle is unknown. But point is, this is obtuse angle. Why? Because any one angle is more than 90. I am saying 2 angles cannot be more than 90, because if 2 angles, suppose this is 120 and this is also suppose 120, how it is possible? It is not possible, because these two itself will be giving you more than 180 degree. So in case of obtuse, only one angle has to be more than 90, and the remaining 2 should be in such a way that total should be 180. Clear? Okay. Now see, we have there is something called isosceles. At the same time it is right angled also. Isosceles right angled triangle. What does it mean? Can you guess the idea of this? Idea is, your triangle is iso means two things are same. I mean two sides are same. At the same time one angle is also 90 degree. So this special type of triangle, this 90 will always lie between these sides. They are equal. So suppose if I am putting one line like this and one line like this, so this angle has to be 90 degree, and this will be a third one. So you cannot draw one like this and one like this, and somewhere else you cannot have 90 degree. No, 90 should always lie between the same lines. So angle should be like this. This is not the case. It's like one line is like this and one line is like this. This is also 5, this is also 5. Yeah, okay, fine, they became isosceles. But if you are talking about isosceles right angled, in that case the middle angle between them should be 90 degree, and remaining two of course going to be 45 degree and 45 degree, no doubt in this. And for this is fixed, correct? 45 degree and 45 degree is fixed, because already if you are taking one as 90, then the remaining two should give you 90 together. At the same time, because it is isosceles, so they should be equal also. So 45 and 45 should be same. Yeah. Okay. Now see, we can go for in this we have some theorems. So one by one we will go through the theorems. So we have theorem 1. Is it being hard for you? No, right? Very good, very good. So theorem 1. So the sum of three angles of triangle is 180 degree. If you have a triangle and if you add this x degree, this y degree and this z degree, so it should come total 180 degree. How to prove this? So theorem 1, the sum of all the internal angles must be 180. But how to prove? So for that purpose you just draw one line segment here, and then it should be like, it should be parallel to this line. So give the name is A B C. The line XY is parallel to line BC. You draw XY in such a way, then you can check this concept. If these two parallel lines are there, one is XY, which is this line, and another one is BC, which is this line, and you cut like this, like AC. So whatever angle is here, same angle will be this. So if this is Z, this will be Z. Okay, then you draw AB like this. So if this is Y, it means this is Y, then this will be Y. Okay, and this is already X here, so X here. So you know that by linear condition, if you add angle X and Y and Z, because they are one side of the line, right? So they should give 180 degree. So X plus Y plus Z, they should give 180 degree, because on the line all the three are coming like this. So if you add all the three, you should get 180 degree. So that's why, what is X? X is here. What is Y? Y is here, but actually Y is this. So this is the Y. And what is Z? Z is here, but actually Z is here. It means Z is here. So if you are adding this and this, you are getting 180. So it means what? If you will add this and this, you will be getting 180 degree. Right? Okay. Now we will see some properties of triangle, important properties. See, you let me know if you are missing anything or anything is being difficult. Okay, yeah. So imagine you have a triangle. In this triangle I am giving the name PQR. In this name PQR, the first property says any two side if you will add, any two side if you add, you add PQ and QR, you add PQ and QR. So this must be greater than the third one. It means it should be greater than, the addition of two sides must be greater than, yeah, third one. So this is the one property. Now next property, if you subtract this from this, or this from this, or any two if you subtract, then it should be smaller than the third one. It means what? If I'll replace the value, this plus sign with minus sign, PQ minus QR, then it will be, sign will change, it will be less than PR. Do you have problem with greater sign and less sign? Very good. Okay, now you see the third property is, if angles opposite to equal side are equal and vice versa. It means, suppose I am saying this angle and this angle, they are same. If angle P and angle R, they are same, then opposite to P this side and opposite to R this side, they will be same. I mean, we can judge the sides based on angles. In same way we can do opposite, we can judge the angles if sides are same. Okay, if now we have another property. If the angles are in increasing or decreasing order, then the sides opposite to them will also be in same order. Let me explain. Suppose I am drawing this thing. Suppose this is 90 degree and suppose this is 70 degree, and if this is 90 and this is 70, then this is going to be 20 degree, right? Okay, so you can check. If you will write that 20, this 20 degree is less than 70 degree, is less than 90 degree, then opposite to 20, which side is coming? This side is coming. So this side, if you give the name like A, B, C, then the side BC, will be less than this side AB, that will be less than the bigger side AC. You can see in the diagram, it looks like this is the bigger side, right? Yeah, and this is a smaller side. So according to angle you can judge the sides also. Clear? Okay, so we will take one example. There is a side, there is a triangle. The sides, question is, the sides of triangle ABC measure 5 centimeter, 12 centimeter and 13 centimeter. So what type of triangle is ABC? It means what? By scalene is correct. Scalene is correct, but you have to choose one more. Suppose I am giving you option. So in that option I am not giving you scalene. Then one more thing you can choose. Actually the 5, 12 and 13, they are Pythagorean triplet. Now what is Pythagorean triplet? The smaller sides that is 5 and 12. If you put like square of square and under root, then you will be getting 13. So this follows Pythagoras law, and Pythagoras law is only valid for right angle triangle. So actually this set is giving you idea that your angle ABC is actually a Pythagoras is a right angle triangle. Correct? Any doubt in this? Okay, so you have some Pythagorean triplets. Those Pythagorean triplets are important. So you can easily find out your answer faster. Okay, what kind of triangle it is. So I am giving you some Pythagorean examples. So some popular so you just take down Pythagorean triplets. Your first popular one is 3, 4, 5. Your second popular one is 6, 8, 10. Your third popular one is 5, 12, 13. Your fourth popular one is 7, 24 and 25. Then next 20, 21, 29. Then next one also starts from here one more is there, that is 8, 15 and 17. Then sixth one is 20, seventh one is you also have 20, 21 and 29. Okay, and then 20, 99 and 101. This is also a Pythagorean triplet. Then you have 48, 55 and 73, and then you have 17, 144 and 145. What does it mean? It means if you will add like this, square this, add them, take square root, then you will be getting this one. I will repeat again. The smaller one, two smaller one, this one is smaller and this one is smaller. If you square them, add them, find out square root, then you will be getting this answer. Are you getting what I'm saying? If triplet is given, in the triplet find out the smaller triplet, smaller numbers. So 5 and 12, they are smaller, square them, add them and root them. Square root, not cube root, only square root, then you will be getting 13. Done? Okay, so these triplets should be in your mind, so it will make you faster than other students. Okay, we will stop class today.